What's going on, everybody? If you look at the graphs for pretty much every single cryptocurrency, it's got me singing because we are currently going through sort of what could be called a mini bull run, and it is certainly, it definitely is good for anybody who's been basically having some sort of confidence in their own selected technologies, because across the board, pretty much everything in the top 50 right here is looking like as if it's having a pretty significantly decent day in regards to the way things have been looking for the past couple of months. I mean, we've got Bitcoin just the other day, like yesterday, in fact, it was like 6,000. So it's almost up about $1,000 in just a such short amount of time. Nice little spike there happening across the board, as it looks like the public is really starting to pay attention to cryptocurrency. Again, it is awesome to see this sort of a return in regards to. I mean, certainly we're nowhere near where we were, and there's a lot of there's a lot of time. There's a lot of things and a lot of different variables that still have to come into their own, and certainly I could easily expect us to be still experiencing a lot of the similar levels that had been happening previously. However, it is still a confidence booster, and especially it is nice because earlier we were talking about how this was a sale, and we had like Neo at like $50, and now it's up $15. So I mean, it is looking definitely very positive to see all these different variables of all these different technologies really coming into their own in regards to this sort of bull run that we're seeing. In regard, it is definitely interesting and very optimistic to see the fact that days like these do occur. Certainly for those people who've been involved for any amount of months now might still be feeling a little bit of disappointment, especially people who had been buying Bitcoin at $20,000. However, this is definitely a renewed confidence for anybody who's been involved in the space, and particularly people who had just gotten involved are definitely seeing a nice positive return in regards to paying attention to these technologies and choosing to, basically be involved in this space. So it is definitely awesome. We've got everything really sort of showing off a little bit of participation, and it is definitely interesting to see all these different, from all these different variables, and now we come to this, and it's definitely interesting. I mean, we've got Substratum up 27%. I mean, that's very impressive, and congratulations to anybody who had been involved. So I mean, obviously, I mean, looking at Electronium doing pretty well across the board. I mean, Nucleus Vision right there, I mean, up 7%. I mean, that's very decent for anybody who had been paying attention in these technologies. I mean, it is awesome, especially looking at for considering all the things that we've recently gone through. It is nice to see times. I mean, Cardano really coming out of the gate, swinging with that 27%. Same with IOTA. People were probably feeling pretty depressed about IOTA not too long ago, but now we're looking at these different variables, and basically anybody who is who is involved with Mithril, I mean, hats off to you, because you were one of those people. I mean, certainly definitely some Bitcoin private, I mean, showing off privacy coins and so forth. I mean, the fact that Bitcoin and then Steam with 35%, so it is an awesome time. I mean, I've talked about how Steam definitely has the possibility of being one of those technologies of the future, and all these different ones. I mean, One Chain, we talked about it before on this channel, definitely an interesting technology. Even Ripple, up 20%. I mean, I know people had been counting Ripple out for quite some time, and now we're starting to see it really acting in a really different way that's definitely pretty interesting in regards to the way things have been acting and in these past couple of months in comparison to the way we're seeing things right now. So I mean, definitely some, I mean, even like, I mean, looking at all these different technologies and how they've been basically working into the public consciousness. I mean, Digibyte. Pretty awesome to see it really moving forward. It's always nice to see the market moving upwards in regards to it moving downwards, for obvious reasons. But it is awesome to see. I mean, these 100% in over a 24-hour period. I mean, if something like that was happening in the stock market, it would be really, but it happens every single day for the most part in cryptocurrency. So it is definitely awesome to see that it is still a possibility. But also remember, we're not out of the woods yet. And certainly there's people who, I mean, look at that. I mean, it's such a small boost upwards in comparison to where we were even towards March and so forth. I mean, the middle of the first quarter. But I mean, it is awesome to see what that sort of return to normal would look like. And that's why they call it a cryptocurrency sale when things are, looking in any particular way. There's always different. That's why it's interesting to listen to different people's perspectives when it comes to these technologies and so forth. And I've always been singing Ripple's praises, and certainly it is awesome to see the possibilities that are in store for the technology, and seeing all these different spikes happening and so forth it's definitely really confidence renewal in that regard. And I'm definitely excited to see how things are going. I mean, looking at the market cap back up into the 300 billions, 311 billion, and just recently we were seeing it really less than where it was supposed to be. So I mean, my portfolio is looking pretty substantially juicy in regards to the decisions that I've made in the past couple of months and so forth. So definitely really interesting to be a part of this community and hearing all the different things that everybody's been saying. And certainly a lot of people out there who are doubting the potential of technologies like Ripple. I mean, it is cryptocurrency is certainly a volatile market, and you never really know where things are going to go. And that's why it's important to have a community like we do growing on this channel, where we're able to share information and so forth. And all that being said, you guys remember, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This video is my opinion. However, in my opinion, I definitely like to see all this green, and I think a lot of people out there share that particular opinion. But remember, I'm not your dad, and when it comes to cryptocurrency, all I can do is, we can all celebrate together when things are looking really good. And I think this summer is going to be a really interesting time when it comes to cryptocurrency, and I think we'll definitely see a lot of potential like this. So it is definitely something to see, because every single day when we're watching Bitcoin go down and down, it is nice to see it jump and really show the possibility of that upward momentum is still there. I've talked about it before. Cryptocurrency is inevitably going to be the future, based on the fact that it's superior to the current mechanisms that drive and operate and basically are at the fundamental core of things. Blockchain technology has just superiority on its side, and technology in general is definitely going to be a huge part of that. So hats off to everybody who's still had their confidence. I'm sure there's people out there who had panic sold when we were seeing these downtrodden times and so forth. And like I said, we aren't out of the woods yet. You have to have strong hands and continue to have strong hands and hold on for dear life and all that. So it is definitely interesting to see these technologies and how the public's responded in coordination with the different variables as they've manifested themselves in regards to all these things as they've transpired. But remember, you guys, if you guys are interested in connecting with me, you guys can connect with me on at CryptoTuber on Twitter, and I'm always interested in connecting with you guys, hearing what you guys have to say. And it is awesome. Twitter is a really great resource to stay up to date and in the know when it comes to these technologies. So definitely go and connect with me over there. And just doing a quick Google search for CRYPTO currency. So just looking at the various news in regards cryptocurrency tax. Ripple says its cryptocurrency XRP is not a. just judging by the general consensus of the way that people think in regards to cryptocurrency, it is definitely interesting to see how the public has managed to understand these technologies and really warm up to the thought of cryptocurrency and so forth. So it is definitely interesting. And I'd actually recommend that you guys go and check out this video by Crypto Coin News, which talks about this mini bull run that's happening right now. And this is a really great content creator right here, and I'd recommend that everybody go and subscribe to this channel and so forth. And yeah, it was really awesome to watch this live stream where he talked about the current situation with cryptocurrency and the possibilities that are in store as these technologies develop and come into their own. So yeah, definitely be on the lookout. I'll include a link to that video in the description down below, so if you're interested in watching it, there's that. And also on top of that, I'll be including a link to my Twitter. It'll actually be the first link in the description, so if you guys are interested in connecting with me on Twitter, you can do so using that link. And yeah, all that being said, in my opinion, it is definitely interesting to see the total market cap where it is today, and all these different variables coming into alignment. So yeah, all that being said, let me know what your opinion is regarding these technologies and so forth in the comments down below. And yeah, let me know. Also, make sure that you subscribe to the channel, join the family, and also make sure that you share this video and like it and so forth, so we can boost it up in the Google algorithm and more people can join, and we'll have smarter people to hear their opinions in the comments and so forth. So all that being said, I hope you've enjoyed this piece of content. I will see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.